tonight on the news at 6. The Lewis and Clark Library has opened the lobby of their main branch, but there is still a lot left to be done before the library is fully open again.
Plus, another example of how seatbelts save lives, as this driver walks away from his encounter with an elk.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the News at 6. I'm Andy Curtis.
And I'm Marion Davidson. Thanks for joining us.
The Lewis and Clark Library has opened the lobby of their main branch for pickups and holds following their remodel. But there is still a lot left to be done before the library fully opens again.
MTN's John Riley takes a look at the feat of moving and organizing an entire library.
There are 90,000 items in the collection of the main branch of the Lewis and Clark Library, all of which had to be moved for the building's remodel. Right now, the marching orders are to sort and clean each item as they find their way to their new home.
I jokingly say that it is general patent level organization, and our collection management librarian, James Parrott, did an amazing job of making that plan, and then it took the whole staff to execute it.
It also takes a small army to pull off a move like this. The total collection weighs well over 40 tons, but it's not like picking up and moving bricks. Books are fragile and need to be handled with care. It took library staff 5 full days just to move the more than 20,000 items that were at their temporary Capitol branch.
At the Capitol branch, we actually had a lot of AV material. So we had lots of Blu-ray and DVDs and CDs, which are even more fragile than books. But we took great care of them in that transition from the branch back here, and everything so far looks good.
Thankfully, modern technology has made the sorting process far easier than it would have been just a few decades ago. Each book has an RFID tag that can be scanned from a distance so staff know exactly where it belongs. Pretty soon, all of the new shelving will be in place, as well as the new furniture. It'll still be several weeks before the library is fully open for browsing, and staff are currently working with public health to develop a COVID plan for the remodeled library. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
Now, the library has seen a large demand from the community for both pickups and holds, with more than 300 items requested for the first day. Staff is asking for people's patience, though, while they meet those requests during the collection move. Now with a look at our weather, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenens.
The beginning of fall is just a mere hours away. Tomorrow morning, fall begins at 7:30 in the morning, so enjoy the final few hours, the final evening of summer here. But what a beautiful weekend it was as far as the air quality that improved dramatically with that little storm that came through on Saturday. Saturday maybe it wasn't the nicest weather, but certainly a breath of fresh air, literally, for everybody on Sunday. And take a look out there right now. Most of the state looking at good air quality. A few locations moderate, and at times today, Great Falls and Helena both teetering on moderate air quality. Do have a little smoke that is moving towards the state. You may get a whiff of those wildfires from California and Idaho here as some of that starts working its way back into Big Sky country. Autumn arrives tomorrow. I'll let you know what you can expect for the first few days and what's blowing in after that. That's coming up in the full forecast.
All right, thanks for that, Curtis. And an annual campaign encouraging state employees to support Montana nonprofits is launching this week. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian reports organizers believe it's especially important this year.
The state employee charitable giving campaign is now underway, though the kickoff event at the Montana State Capitol looked different this year. On Monday, organizers set up a drive-through behind the Capitol. They handed out more than 200 bags to state employees, containing information on the giving campaign and promotional items from participating organizations. State employees can donate to more than 300 nonprofits around Montana, either through a payroll deduction or a one-time payment. In previous years, the campaign has begun with a kickoff event in the Capitol Rotunda, but organizers changed the format because of COVID-19. They say the pandemic also means this type of giving is especially valuable this year.
Charities, I think, have taken a hit because of what's happened in our community and throughout the country, and so this, as you said, it's more important than ever now for these charities.
The campaign will continue through the first week of November. It brought in about $450,000 last year, and organizers hope to bring in $460,000 this year. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
The campaign will hold another kickoff event in Missoula on Wednesday, and they will also deliver bags to several state agencies in Great Falls tomorrow. And wearing a seatbelt is the law. That simple action has been credited with saving the life of a hunter who totaled his truck after hitting an elk. According to Montana Highway Patrol, the man was traveling southbound on US 287 this morning, just north of Wolf Creek. The vehicle hit the 6-point elk at highway speeds, causing the truck to roll over 3 to 4 times, killing the animal. The hunter only appeared to have broken an arm and a few other minor injuries. Trooper Amanda Vila says the accident could have been a lot worse had the hunter not been wearing his seatbelt.
If you look at the photo when it was flipped over, you can see, if you look at the driver's compartment, there's plenty of room to survive, which is how those compartments are designed. Typically in a rollover event like that, when somebody's not restrained, they'll be ejected from the vehicle and more often than not suffer critical or fatal injuries.
Now, animal collisions are common this time of year. MHP asks people to take extra care while driving in the morning and evening hours.
And still ahead on the news at 6, that competitive spirit isn't held to only the football and volleyball courts. Sports Director Sam Hoyle brings us the Montana National Guard's Best Warrior competition. That's coming up next.
Leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Now, that competitive atmosphere isn't just regulated to football fields and volleyball courts and, of course, golf courses this fall.
As MTN's Sam Hoyle shows us, that atmosphere extends all the way to military training areas.
Every year, the Montana National Guard hosts their Best Warrior competition, where soldiers from all around the state compete in various events to test their skills like weapon disassembly and a stretch suit. Chief Master Sergeant Tim Zumbrun said this competition is unique because it separates the best from the best.
This is an opportunity for soldiers from around the state of Montana from different units to come in here and test their physical and really mental abilities for those soldier-centric skills that every soldier knows, and they're testing themselves against their peers.
Each soldier competing in the Best Warrior competition has a coach to help prepare them for the events and provide support during them. One of the coaches this year is First Lieutenant Michael Noyce Marino, who won the U.S. Army's Best Warrior of the Year award and was named the Army National Guard's Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year in 2008, and said a little over a decade later, the competition is a bit stiffer.
There are more events. It's over a longer period of time, and it's more modernized. So we have the ACFT now, whereas we just used to have the PT test back then. We didn't get to shoot with multiple different weapon systems. We only shot with our assigned weapon. Just over a longer period of time gives us a chance to do more events now than we did back then.
The events range from land navigation to a combat-type situation where soldiers are put under extreme duress and doing it with little rest across a 3-day span. The prize? The winner gets to call themselves the best in Montana, similar to winning a state title in high school.
I think for a sense of esprit de corps, just these soldiers get to come out and really see how well trained they are, and it's like a student in a school studies and studies, and then this is test day.
The competition wrapped up on September 19th, and the winners of this competition will move on to the Regional Best Warrior competition in 2021. Reporting in Townsend, Sam Hoyle, MTN Sports.
All right, now let's head to Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenitz with what's coming up in weather.
Well, there's a system that came through on Saturday that brought in some nice cleaner air. However, southwest flow is increasing, and we have wildfires that continue to burn in parts of Northern California, and that smoke is increasing right now. Let you know how bad it will be, plus weather-wise, coming up next.
Starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenitz.
Welcome back. Tuesday, tomorrow, the first day of autumn, and in order to look ahead to future fall colors, we actually have to look back at summer. In this week's Weather-Wise, the leaves are starting to change, but the upcoming season could be a little dull. Fall is here, and make no mistake about it, the foliage will change color. After all, leaves turning is mainly due to decreasing sunlight. So like clockwork, around the middle to latter part of September, photosynthesis ceases and color pigmentation in the leaves is revealed. But weather has an impact on just how vivid the colors can become and how long the leaves stay on the trees. Drought can have different effects on trees depending on the length and severity of the drought. Severe drought during the growing season usually makes tree leaves change color earlier and the color lasts for a shorter period. Montana had a fairly wet spring, so we probably don't have to worry about that. The month of August, though, was hot and very dry, record dry, in fact, for some areas. The heat and lack of moisture can stress the trees at that time, making their growth and photosynthesis production less efficient. A warm, wet spring, favorable summer weather, and warm, sunny fall days with cool nights should produce the most brilliant autumn colors. The late summer weather that Montana experienced was less than favorable, which could lead to a shorter and less colorful fall season. So enjoy it while we can, and now you're a little more weather-wise. And it is the last evening of summer out there right now, and it was a nice clear day yesterday, and for the most part today was clear, but a little in the way of some haze, some smoke is moving in from Idaho and also California here, but it will not be as bad as last week. 77 degrees in Helena right now, hardly any wind today in the capital area. Great Falls. Again, last week, all week long, the visibility was so bad you could not see the high woods here from our camera in Geyser, but it certainly is nice to see those mountains are back. They didn't really go anywhere. 76 degrees, west wind of about 25 miles per hour. A little breezy across north central Montana. Get used to it because that wind will be an issue here this week. Temperatures a little cooler up there around Cut Bank at 69 degrees. Some of the southeastern, south central parts of the state made it up to about the lower 80s here. And there's that wind again from Cut Bank down the Rocky Mountain front through Great Falls. Great Falls, wouldn't you know, the strongest wind in the state right now. Nothing really on the radar here. The fires that are technically still active, although there has not been much in the way of growth since Friday. The only real significant growth was that State Creek fire. We're up over about 4,000 acres, so it grew about 500 acres on Friday in some of that wind and heat before the rain and cooler air came through on Saturday. Big picture here, very quiet on the East Coast with record cold, record lows there this morning. We've got Tropical Storm Beta hugging the coast of Texas there, and really not much else going on in the west. Couple of showers and storms over the Four Corner states and a few isolated showers with the next little system that will be coming into Montana here. That's pushing into Washington and Oregon. But there goes our low. That was great for the state, and some parts of the Highline saw over an inch of rainfall between Saturday night and Sunday. But now this minor little system is enhancing the southwest flow, and boy, the fires in Northern California really did not receive any moisture, so they are emitting smoke, and that smoke is headed our way here once again. Here's a look at the smoke increasing tonight. Most of the smoke upper levels of the atmosphere, so do not expect that the air quality in the lower elevations will be bad. But here you could maybe see, again, a little hazy skies at times across the state tomorrow. But again, it's not nearly as thick as it was last week. And that little minor system will move off towards the east. We'll clear some things out here for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Not too bad because the upper level wind flow should keep a lot of that smoke down there into California. Although, note it still is hanging out there all the way into early next week. Precipitation-wise, this minor little system coming through tomorrow, a couple of isolated showers here, but really not much going on with that system. Wednesday, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and then heading into Thursday, this little system could produce a few showers east of the divide, but it's one of those that favors the continental divide and west of the divide. East of the divide will get a lot of wind here beginning Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday, a very fallish day here with cooler temperatures, showers, winds, even a few flakes into the higher elevations. And then starting out this weekend, mostly cloudy and windy. Then partly cloudy and windy on Sunday. Very windy. Again, we're lining up multiple days in a row of this wind coming through. Here's the forecast for tonight. Lows down into the 40s here. A few spots were in the 30s this morning, so not quite as cool. And again, some of that smoke will continue to increase. And here's the forecast for tomorrow. This minor little system just producing a few very isolated showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures in the 60s and 70s for a lot of our area. A little warmer into eastern Montana. Wednesday, a quiet day, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures up into the 70s to near 80 degrees. Then Thursday, here comes the system again. More of the rain west of the divide. A lot of wind east of the continental divide. And then into Friday, fall day here with scattered showers. Some wind, cooler temperatures, highs below average, and even a little mountain snow. 7-day forecast for Helena. So we're in the 70s the next few days. Helena's wind really increases on Thursday. We'll have some wind around Friday into the weekend as well. And not a lot of precipitation. So with the wind, with the dry August that we had, and with some fairly dry weather ahead, keep in mind that the fire danger will remain high in Great Falls. Yep, that kind of wind is headed your way.
Coming up on the news at 6, masks have become part of life during the pandemic, but how are students handling that in the classroom? We'll tell you when we come back.
As news leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the news at 6. We're about a month into the new school year, and some Flathead Valley schools say their students are responding well to wearing masks.
MTN's Maren Sue reports.
Students across the Flathead are required to wear masks in school, and school officials are saying their students are responding well.
We have been just elated how well they're doing. Masks don't seem to be a problem for them. The teachers are fabulous.
Principal of Edgerton Elementary, Jen Stein, says per Governor Bullock's mandate, students are required to wear masks in class. She says it's been a positive experience and they've incorporated mask hygiene into students' daily routines to normalize it. She says the masks are there to keep everyone in the school safe.
Really not meant to be political or divisive. It's just the guideline and the rule in the school. And so we will follow it, and we will help you follow it in a way that works for your family.
Superintendent of Summers Lakeside School District Joe Price says their students are required to wear masks in and outside the building.
Especially our younger students would not be able to keep a proper social distance during recess. So it was easier just to have them continue to wear the mask.
He says students have responded well to the mask mandate, and the district is taking a hard stance on wearing masks in school.
If we have a child who refuses to wear a mask, we'll call the parents to come and pick them up. And they're welcome to come back the next day with a mask on. But if we have to send them home for a second time, they're just going to go on to remote learning.
Price says this is the way he's ensuring all his staff and students stay safe from the virus. Stein says all of their teachers are incredible role models for their students, encouraging the students to continue learning despite the different learning environment. In Kalispell, Maren Sue, MTN News.
Students continue to wash their hands and practice social distancing in addition to wearing masks. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up here on the news at 6.
Montana's news leader. You're watching MTN News at 6.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Well, Italian fashion icon Gucci has done it again. They decided that grass stains are in. That's right. Take a closer look. These overalls have been purposely stained with grass. And for the low, low price of $1,400, you too could have that play in the dirt again, worn-in look for yourself. The Italian fashion house debuted the new look for its grunge-inspired Fall-Winter 2020 collection. Who knew that working in your yard was the same as grunge? And if overalls aren't your thing, or maybe that price is just a little too steep for you, no worries, they got you covered. There are grass-stained jeans too, and those will only cost you $1,200. Your mom probably knows how to get grass stains out of clothes, so she probably shouldn't be consulted about the cleaning care for these.
See, Andy, you're a man ahead of your time.
Always thought so.
Grass stains, yeah. Hey, Great Falls 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, an isolated shower. Not too bad for the first day of fall, but the wind really increases towards the middle and latter part of the week. And across the state, get ready for a windy weekend.
Well, that does it here for the news at 6.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.